Thank you. And we have one more comment from our distinguished guest from the state.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Kincaid's Kindred Spirits for putting on this program. And as you know, there are programs all over the state, and Boonton has brought some of the calendars we'd like for you to take. What I've observed is when the groups who see this as really important are the breast cancer survivors, the sickle cell people, and people with other diseases. So I've seen really large events all over the state where people are trying to stress the donation of blood and tissue and organs. Unfortunately, the people who see this as an issue, again, are the people who are sick. So you have an event where there are 200 people and none of them are eligible. We need to go to healthy people in the community and start mobilizing them, which I think becomes a more difficult task because there aren't natural groupings of people. I really want to also thank Be the Match. We work with the people in the southern part of the state. And this issue is important not only to the commission, but to me personally. Often people will say people in government don't understand. We're people just like everybody else. I've had 2 autologous bone marrow transplants. And this issue is really, really important. We just need to find the right people to bring together and to find a way of attracting them. I think the community cares and they are resilient and will rise to the occasion. We need to figure out the way to find the healthy young people who are the best candidates to make the donation, to do the education, but we need to go back not only to the church, but to that mother wit that we have that nobody else has in terms of understanding our folks and figure out a different way of configuring this. The other thing I will say is we also need to come across these disease lines. I have multiple myeloma, whether it's multiple myeloma or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or sickle cell. Or breast cancer. There is this common thread that seems to be permeating health and medicine right now called stem cells and looking at issues of transplant. We need to do advocacy for our community across disease lines. It doesn't matter. There are so many comorbid factors that we need to look at ourselves once again as a community united and not one separated by disease. And thank you again for what you're doing here.
Thank you.
I just sort of wanted to add on here and talk about what my family's gone through for the last 3 decades dealing with sickle cell and other issues. The main thing in our community is trust. That's what we don't have. Every time we talk to people about donations, we hear about things that happened 40, 50, 60 years ago, and we deal with a community that doesn't think most people care about them. And as a result, they don't care about what's happening to the person next door to them. It's just something that's not instilled in us anymore like it used to be. We used to take care of each other and watch out. We don't do that anymore, and that's what we've got to get back to. The statement Dr. Modlin made about people listening to certain people, it's right. It's got to come from the clergy, and it's got to come from your neighbors and people like that, because there's still this stigma about big government and the healthcare system especially, and what it's not doing for our communities, what it hasn't done historically over the years. So now we're trying to change that, but it's very hard. And in our time of dealing with this, all we've run into are roadblocks, and it's difficult to keep your head up when you keep getting doors closed in your face. So that's one of the reasons why we keep getting up every day to keep trying to fight this fight. But it's difficult, especially when the education is not there in our communities to let us know that this is something we all need, and it's not something that's going to hurt us in the long run. But that's the problem. There's a trust issue that just, it's like a cancer. It's spread throughout, and that's one of the biggest battles we've had to deal with.
Thank you so much for your questions and comments. And for the sake of time, because we've already ran over, I would like to thank everybody for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here to attend this luncheon today. And in closing, I would like to introduce the CEO of American Red Cross, Mr. David H. Plate.
Hold it. You're one terrific hostess. What do you think? Thank you. Never underestimate the horsepower of the people in this room. I'm looking at the staff from the American Red Cross, Valerie Gaines, a member of the board, Ron Warzel, a member of our board of directors. You folks were here 48 hours ago for your bi-monthly meeting. I am proud to be a part of this organization. I'm proud to be a part of a team that meets this need. And even if one among them hurts, we all hurt, and you know it, and you felt it today. And Barb Nolan, to you and your staff, and Linda, for the partnership you offer to all of us. I can tell you if the need is there, we have about 575 people between our two organizations, and a board of directors, and your will, and the power to make it happen. I'm committing to you on behalf of those who can help you, the resources of the American Red Cross, and Be the Match. And have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Hey, listen up.
We have a challenge.
A big challenge.
Many African Americans fighting diseases like leukemia
Lymphoma.
and sickle cell anemia can't find.
Can't find marrow donors.
We need more African Americans to step up.
Step up. You could be the one to save a life.
You can be the match.
Take the first step at BeTheMatch.org. Step your game up.